Hi friends, today we will talk about Nikon Df. I think my most loved camera. I like it very much. I bought it the first day it came up. It was expensive, not so cheap, and it was one of the rarest where you have a full frame digital but in retro look. Before that, only Leica produced full-frame cameras in retro look. Right now is Nikon ZF. I will show it here. You can just compare the sizes. It's adapter for F lenses for Nikon. But you can see this was like 10 years ago Nikon produced it. It was not selling quite good because they put here the best sensors they had at the time from Nikon D4. The ISO performance is very good, the dynamic range good, but they put autofocus from D600 and it was at that time the worstest Nikon had, and people don't love how it was not so precise in autofocus. But time went up and people understand one interesting thing. This is like F bayonet, and you can put here lens 60 years ago, lens like 50, 40 years ago. You can put here lens like 30, 20 years ago. You can put here lens 10 years, 20 years ago was produced. You can put something very special what was produced for that mount. You can put something very weird on that thing. You can put everything was produced for Nikon like for 60 years in time, and it have a retro look. It's not so big, and it was very interesting experience. You can see I'm putting different lenses from different time, different performance, different look, bokeh characteristics, and all these lenses you can put on Nikon Df. Yes, of course you can put take a ZF right now and with adapter put everything, it's here, but it's like ZF is cost right now 2,000 euros approximately. When this came up, it costed approximately 2,500 euros approximately, and right now price is dropped till 1,200 euros, dollars you can buy it. But what is difference? I will put this lens off. Oh, this lens is I am still shooting with this kind of camera, walking around, family shots. I'm not using it at work, but like my hobby, walking around camera, I still love it. It's excellent. All settings I can set up here, and the biggest advantage of the ZF it's its size. It's much bulkier, easier to grab, holding, and like a dinosaur. It's not so small, and it looks very good with all these lenses. This was original, special made for this lens. And I made a little trick here. Maybe you can see something weird inside. I will try to, oh, it's not so easy to show, but what I did, I take focusing screen type K3, but you can try to find different not original ones. I put inside, replace it, I put focusing screen from FM3, or you can put from FM2 here. Who knows that old Nikon film cameras are all manual, and you see in the center of the frame viewfinder like split screens are going like this one, and when it's in focus it stays straight. And I put this focusing screen here inside my DF, and now every manual lens, it's so easy to shoot the same as all old Nikon F1, F2, F3, FM3, F8.2 or 1, and it is so nice that you have a digital camera which are working the same as all excellent Nikon F, FM or FA cameras. You see, this lens is from 1959 year, and I can, looking through this mirror viewfinder, I can focus like on old cameras. It's like, I don't know which camera can give that experience. I think no one. Only Leica, but it's rangefinder, it's something different. And you cannot get the same feeling or working or taking pictures with ZF. And you see that people around me who see this camera, they think that it's like old Nikon film camera. They are not afraid of me. They don't think that I'm some paparazzi with a big camera who will put their pictures on the news or some news portal, and they think that I'm like artist who is making some pictures. And everything works, and I love it. And I can use with this camera all historical lenses which was produced in different eras, decades, with a different look, different touch. You can use your different lenses like artist, and I love it. And you see that I'm changing F number, and it's changing here too. I can set up my old ICE Nikon lenses. Somewhere I was in the settings. You can see non-CPU lens data, and you could put different measurements, save it. It's like a 90, 95, 1.4, and exposure perfectly working right now. It's showing everything, and measurements. I can use aperture priority or shutter priority. Only F number, I need to change it here, and you see, I hope you see, and it's changing. This is like incredible. You can use like 40 years old lens and put it here, like 105 mils 1.8 ICE, the legendary portrait lens, excellent. And it looks, I think, amazing on this camera. If I'm using on ZF, it looks weird, not so original. And this is reason why this lens are, why this camera are still in demand. This is what? Plana 135 2.0. And you can use all metering system from the Nikon with the old manual lenses. If you ask what is the best from all my lenses, I think from AIS era I love the most 50mm 1.2. It's not so sharp, but bokeh is very interesting. It looks very nice. I love it. And when AIS era ended, it came with the first Nikon autofocus. It was like D lenses. I had a lot of them, but some of them stays, which are most the I liked. You see 28 mils, 135 2.8 like Plana, and 41 portrait 1.4. What is interesting, I made a little test. I will try to put here alternative, and we'll try to describe. Oh, sorry, I'll put it here. And 90, yes. Here is like the same focal length and f number. Here is the same, but it's different error. This is manual without autofocus, and then they produced this one. Like autofocus was a new feature, and you see that. Let's try. They wanted to put in the same size, but with autofocus here, and I think they lose some nice characteristics of this manual AIS lenses. This is why I'm still keeping them and shooting, because the colors are different, the bokeh is different. Maybe they lose something a little bit in sharpness, but they have a nice character. I love them. And here they make like a glass a little bit smaller to put all inner parts, new ones. And here is a glass, like real metal and glass with different like character. And here is like, because of autofocus, they make glasses a little bit smaller. And I had a lot of these AIS glasses. They are still in my cabinet with all Nikon film cameras. I just take some of them. Let's move outside autofocus. Oh no, sorry. Let's leave the autofocus. It was the next era. And the question, maybe some of them you will ask, which I prefer the most. From D lenses, if I need to choose only one, it will be 28 mils 1.4D. I think it's a wow lens. When I bought it, it was very expensive, like 3 or 4,000 euros. Right now it's a little bit cheaper, but I think the combination with DF and 28 1.4, it's the best. It's maybe too loud because my microphone is very close to the lens, I did it specially so that you can hear the shutter, the sound of autofocus. And I think this combination is the most I like it because of this lens character. Nowadays new lenses can show this result as this lens. It's like perfect. Sometimes you need bokeh like aggressive, and sometimes you need it smooth, that it's not so aggressive. And it's to the aggressive side, but it's nice one. I had Nikon like 50 different lenses, and this is my most favorite. Maybe I will try to put a video, some screens from this lens. Here is from D45. I just take some autofocus sounds that you can hear its loudness. It's a defocus. Maybe if you don't know, in a film era it was, I think, impossible to retouch your skin, and this was the only way how you can make the picture like a skin texture, more like clarity in minus what we have right now at Lightroom. And this was the way how to make smooth skin by not editing in post, but to have a picture done. It was like a new technology, and portrait photographers was very happy when he was shooting not so young people portraits. They can manually soften the skin, and there's some bokeh control. You can make it more harsh, more aggressive, or make it more smooth. But these lenses have a problems with the sharpness when you use it at wide open, and all lenses have a problems with aberration, chromatic aberration. But right now in the post you can edit it. Okay, let's go to the next era. It was like a Nikon N lenses with more coating, and I have all Nikon shift lenses. I can still use them with this camera, and this is the best part, that I can use like 60 years old history with one camera. For example, with ZF I can't, it's not communicating so good like DF, and still one of the best portrait lens right now is 105 mils 1.4A. It's like a 10 years old lens. Very, I will try to put closer to the microphone. And I love, and you can see that this is like, how to describe, the lens is big and the camera is big. It's very comfortable to hold, to shoot, to use it. When I use ZF at my work with this lens, it looks weird. I'm hoping that Nikon will produce some 105 1.4 to replace this lens, but I'm still this lens using in my job, on events, on portraits, in studio. And the next thing you can put on the DF, some not Nikon lenses, but very interesting. You can experiment with manual focus. If you ask what is the most like different lens from the Nikon original, the Petzval. It's a Petzval, I think, yes, 95, 2.2, I will try to put in the video some screens. If you need harsh, aggressive bokeh, this is the lens you need. It loses sharpness when it's wide opened, but the bokeh in a sunny weather, when it's harsh sun, then you have incredible bokeh. And of course you can put Samyangs on this lens. I don't know what you can't put. Only the new lenses from Z series, but and you see that metering exposure all is working right now. You can use live view, and with manual lenses it's working perfect because of mirror system and focusing screen from film cameras. This is like the biggest advantage of this camera. Yes, of course, you can put ZF, you can use screen, you can use everything you want. But from ZF you will see the screen inside. Here mirror and focusing screen. Here's IRIX 11 mils, still working with this camera. And the specification of this camera is not so like to say the wow. It's 16 megapixels, 5.5 frames per second. Maximum ISO is to 200,000. But I think if you want something special and to use historical lenses, this is the best way. If the price drops of this camera, like to the 400, I will buy one more, the black version. I don't like that they produced here like a plastic. I will show you. You see that it is like plastic with paint, and while I'm using it, it scratches, and then you can see the gray plastic. They don't do it very well. I don't like it. And I think right now it's a little bit warm because it was silvery. And you see this whole history you can try by yourself. You can try different lenses. You can try, like, you can touch the history of photography, and you can try different, like, how to say, you can try, like artists use different pencils, the sizes, the softness, the same as with the lenses. You can get from, like, take 105 mils from different era, and you can see the differences, the huge difference of all these lenses. And if you need softness, you can take soft lenses. If you need more colors, you can take IS lenses. If you need sharpness, you just take the newer one. If you need some alternative lenses, you can find them for a good price. And it is like you can touch the 60 years of history with the one camera, which is working in auto or semi-auto modes, metering working, it's digital. It's something similar like like Leica M9. It was the first full frame in retro body, and still it's a big price for that, because people are using it. They don't care about megapixels, about big files. They want to touch history. They want use CCD sensor, and this is something similar but from Nikon. If you see this camera with a good price, my advice is to buy it. If you are Nikon film camera user, or at your home is a lot of film cameras with old lenses, my advice to try to buy it if the price goes down. You can see that it is very pleasant. Like if you have a film camera, you can take an old lens and shoot with a film, and if you need digital for the same lens, the DF are the best option. Of course, ZF is something similar, but the size of ZF and not having a mirror, and it not a DSLR, because DSLR gives you something different. I cannot explain by words, but it's different era, it's different feelings. You see with your eye what you get, and you can use all your manual lenses. It's fantastic, and you can try to find different information on forums, and you can see that DF are still, people are having fun with them, and the same with me. I think it will be like cult camera, which will be, maybe sometimes the price will go up, maybe, I don't know, but I hope price will go down and I can buy one more. This is all. I will try to put a link in description with some pictures from DF, and during the video maybe it will showing up some pictures. Okay, and if you have question, if you want to make some comparison of the lenses, just ask me, just write in comment, I will try to do it. And somebody asked why I'm not showing like a lot of bloggers themselves. I don't like to see the people, I want to see the cameras and the pictures, what are they producing. I don't like to see person in a whole frame, different person grabbing a little camera in a frame. This is the reason why I'm not showing myself. I just want to show you gear. I want to that you can hear it, you can see it. This is why I'm trying to show you more gear, not myself. Yes, DF, excellent. I have shot with it approximately, I think, 2000 pictures. It's still working, everything perfect, except the scratches, because I'm using it. From the first day I use the Nikon strap, you can see it. The Nikon shop make a gift